Sure. I've got 10:32. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to, we do have a quorum, so let's call this meeting to order. I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Lakota people. Adoption of the public agenda, that the agenda for April 24th, 2024, regular meeting of the Strathcona Gardens be adopted as presented.
Move adoption.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Thank you. We do have a delegation today, so we have a delegation from the Campbell River store. So if I can get Wes to come up to the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a few years since I addressed this commission, so maybe that's a good thing. I only have a few, or two actually, items to draw to your attention. They were distributed in a letter earlier, and so I'll get right to them. The first item is in terms of our ice usage. Again, as I've addressed in this letter to the commission, the Campbell River Storm and the VIJHL have gone independent. What that means is we're no longer under the umbrella of BC Hockey and Hockey Canada. We have aligned ourselves with the BCHL. The BCHL starts their seasons usually towards the end of September, early October. And why that is significant for us, that's where we get our players from. So when they make their cut downs, it doesn't make sense for us to start our season a month earlier and then go, oh, Robin was available, we could have got him. In addition to getting the players, it's also their season. We want to be in alignment with their season schedule. So this wouldn't happen this year. It might happen as early as next season. So in April of 2026 is when we're starting to look at a request to have our ice available till the end of April or somewhere in that ballpark. I know that you have things like home shows and other people booking. So in conversation with Craig at the arena, he said it was best to get this in front of the commission as soon as possible for you to look at extending bookings if needed. I'm not sure what all the steps are that you have to go through to make this happen, but that is our request, and it would certainly be helpful to us to be in line with the BCHL in as many ways as possible. The second item is a little bit more problematic, and hopefully we can come to some understanding. At the beginning of last season, you put netting up in Rink 1. I understand why. I think it's obvious that it was mainly a safety issue, and no pun intended, the Stormer being hurt by it. It has affected us in sense of sponsorship, things that go on the ice through that opening in the net. We've lost those sponsors. The biggest one, of course, was the teddy bear toss, which not only is helpful to us as a team, but it's such a significant impact on this community. The result that we see in the faces of the elderly, the shut-in, those that are sick, it's beyond words what it does for the players and the community. So that's one thing we'd really like to get back. We tried it last year by just opening the doors, somewhat pathetic, but we tried. The other part of the issue, though, is more in keeping with our broadcast. We film our games. They're on Flow Hockey TV, and the camera is having a very difficult time trying to focus on what's happening on the ice through the net. We went and paid a significant amount of money for a better camera. It helped somewhat, but it is still, it's not doing the job that we need. And so our suggestion, if you can consider this, is to have some way of having that net raised just for our game. It's 3 hours out of the week. We could certainly help the staff if that's needed to get it up and down. But that's what we're requesting, is some mechanism, whether it's a pulley system, to have the net raised. It makes it for a far better viewing experience for everyone involved, not just those watching on Hockey TV, but even live. Our photographers are having issues getting photos. Again, I understand the safety component. We've had very, very few. I think I said in the letter, we've had one incident where someone was struck. Wasn't even a significant injury, but yes, they were hit. It can happen. We alert our fans to being aware of the puck at all times, and so far to date, it has served us well. And we're just hoping that we can come to some understanding that will allow us to have the net out of the way. And with that, I'll leave it to you.
Any questions?
Just a comment, if the commission wants to have a staff report on either one of those, happy to receive a motion for that, and we can bring back, you know, the good, bad, and the ugly on those issues. This isn't going to come as a newsflash to anyone. For the first issue, it's obviously the programming, like the Storm want extended ice, great. We're happy to do that, but there's always what's the downside? Like, what do we lose, and who do we have to upset, if you will, not having that? So we can absolutely bring that back to the commission if they like. And the second is, you know, I get it. For us, it's about liability, obviously, right? It's been brought to our attention. I've worked in local government for a long time, and local government is a low-hanging piece of fruit for liability and suits, right? You got bottomless pockets, and that's, you know, we're not trying to interrupt or make anything difficult. It's purely for that. So we can absolutely, if the commission wants, bring back a report. I like your idea. If there's something that we can, roll up and down for the games, that's obviously going to have a financial impact, but we can look at those things and bring back options for the commission if they like. But I like where you're headed in the fact that we need the net, for even not just the fans, it's for staff when staff are cleaning after the games, right? There's adult hockey on there, and you're not paying attention to the puck when you're cleaning up the stands and all that kind of jazz. So happy to bring back a report for the commission on both those if they like.
If I can, I was a little bit preemptive, and I went and talked to someone at the Net Loft, and they said they could take care of that easily. So it is an option if available.
Anything for a price, right?
Anything for a price.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion that staff bring back a report on both of these issues regarding the storm hockey.
I'll second that. Director Sinnott.
Okay, all in favor? I care. Sorry. Moving on, adoption of the previous minutes. Item A, that the minutes of the inaugural meeting of the Strathcona Gardens Commission held on January 24, 2024 be adopted as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? That carries. Item B, that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Strathcona Gardens Commission be held on February 28th, 2024 be adopted as presented.
So moved.
That carries. Business arising from the minutes, there is none. Public considerations, there appears to be none. There is no chair's report, no staff reports, no bylaws, correspondence, commissioners' reports, new business, addendum items. So we'll move to the closed session. That the report from the Chief Administration Officer be received.
So moved.
All in favor?
Yes.
That carries. And that the meeting be closed to the public to consider matters deemed to fall within the parameters of subsection 91C, N, and O of the Community Charter. All in
Second.
favor? That
Yes.
carries. Thank you.